Can anybody hear me? All right. 13 people are watching? Really? Wow. I haven't even said anything yet. Well, I moved because I that ugly wallpaper that you saw in my office, I started tearing that out today. So like the office is kind of a mess. So we're here in the unfinished part of the basement. As you can see, this is my where I have my football tournament, where I remain undefeated. I got my jukebox behind me, which does work. It's actually kind of loud. I was half tempted to unplug it, but I like the lights. Got some questions to get to. If you have some questions, please post them up. Assuming y'all can hear me. To be honest with you, I wasn't real sure I wanted to do a video tonight. Just really was not feeling it. I thought I went really long last night and thought it was just kind of selfish of me to occupy that much of everybody's time, but got a lot of positive comments on it, so I decided to do it again anyway tonight. I do have the questions everyone asked. I'm going to break the ice with kind of a twist. I mentioned yesterday that my wife had gone to get a test. Well, her test came back positive, so there are two of us now in this house with coronavirus. Kind of sucks. I won't lie. I was really hoping that I would be the only one, but turns out my wife also has the virus, and she seems to be doing, all right too. We're both kind of blah, but neither one of us are, terribly ill. The kids are still symptom free. They are still just being kids, and I think this really is having minimal impact on them, other than the fact that their quarantine countdown timer restarted today, so it's going to be 14 days from today for them. I think by the end of this, they're going to be tired of being home. But yeah, my wife and I are both positive now. And as bad as that is, I did get the dinner with her tonight, so that was kind of a new thing for me. So it's kind of nice having some company for dinner, but I'm not real happy about the circumstances that allowed it. I know a lot of people jumping in. It's sad that on a Friday night you guys have nothing better to do than to listen to me. Because once again, I don't really have a script of any kind. Looks like we got some first timers here. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm really hoarse today. I'll tell you, it's just a crummy day. I'm tired of being inside. I'm tired of being in my basement. I'm tired of not going anywhere. I'm tired of not just being able to ransack the cupboards and the pantry and everything because, I got to give thought to the fact that the kids need to root around in there. So I'm just kind of getting tired of being dependent on others, but not really having anybody else here. So it gets kind of old. And then in the process of tearing my office apart, I had a bookshelf that was full of stuff break apart on me and just dump stuff everywhere. And that really kind of put me in a foul mood today. And just a bunch of things. I was just really not the best day, especially with all the news on my wife. So I'm just reading the questions. I did print out the questions that were here before I started, but I'm just seeing that there are some new questions, and a couple things really got me really irritated today. I think I told everybody I've been trying to tune out the news, especially anything involving our governor. Um, and I've really tried not to get political about it, but I gotta say it's tough living in a state um, where the governor is basically an insensitive, old money, elitist twit um, who honestly just holds Pennsylvanians in utter contempt. We're just poor, uncivilized peasants to him. You know, he has tens of millions of dollars. He's not used to having to deal with little pawn scum like common citizens. People that are below his pay grade, and really said some insensitive things today. There was a reporter basically asked, "Hey, planting season is underway. By the time your guidelines kick in, it's going to be too late for planting season. Is there any thought to, considering garden centers essential?" To which he just rolled his eyes and basically, in the most condescending tone possible, told the reporter, "I told you what my timeline was. If you weren't listening, this is when we're planning on them." It's just his elitist attitude really irritated me. And I guess I take it personally now because I'm the person that he's, basing this judgment off of. I feel like that was the first I've really ever felt like a political pawn. And yeah, I think Governor Tom Wolf is an imbecile. And as much as I try not to make these videos politicized, I really hate that it is so political. I hate it. Congratulations, Georgia, on opening up. I guess I will jump into the questions that were already asked. Feel free to ask any questions. I got a laptop right here so I can check anything that pops up. Because once again, I cannot see my screen because I don't like the picture being reversed. Also, it allows me to get up on YouTube quicker afterwards. Vicky asks, "Are you allowed out of the basement now?" Well, I have been allowed out of the basement, but with Chris also being positive, we are going to revisit, kind of things. We're still trying to kind of give the kids as much space as we can and have as small of a footprint as we can. Basement, she's kind of been holed up in the master bedroom. We've really both been avoiding the kids just in case she did get it, and she does have it. So, yeah, I can't go upstairs. I go up there to use the restroom, things like that. Pam asked, "Are the kids still home with you?" They are home. They have kind of the run of the house. They have the living room, bedroom, their bedrooms, the kitchen, dining room. And those are the areas we're avoiding unless we are, masked up. Alex asks, "Will you need to be retested before being allowed back into society?" Surprisingly, no. We just need to go 3 symptom-free days, and it's pretty much an honor system where we can enter back into society when we are done. Paul asks if I've developed any hobbies while I'm down there, having seen my little drone video the other day. I have plenty of hobbies already. I'm getting reacquainted with them. I'll be honest, and this is going to sound weird, I'm really tired of truck stuff. I got a truck that I'm frustrated that isn't finished right now. I have a new Blazer that needs some stuff. I got like a truckload of Blazer Gen 2 parts in my garage and porch right now that need put away, and I've scanned so much S10 stuff. I need a few days off from the S10 stuff. So I've been enjoying the some of my obsolete antique vintage electronics. That's pretty much it. My wife just walked down and she's kind of laughing. I'm not used to having an audience. So. Scott asked if I've watched any good TV shows or movies. Not really. I don't really watch much TV to begin with. Um, I watched them according to Jim on the antenna just because that's the best show ever. But I really haven't watched much. I watched an episode of Blacklist last night. Ryan asks, will masks be like fidget spinners and be on the clearance rack within a few months? I'm sure they will. I'm sure you're going to go to Ollie's and places like that and Big Lots. There's just going to be like cases of masks.
Sonny just said hi to me. Hi.
You might have heard my wife talking there. She says hi. She could come around if she wanted to. Shane asks, do we have any newfound appreciations coming out of this? Yes, I will appreciate every minute out of my house more. I will appreciate not being in my basement.
I can hear myself.
It takes like 20 seconds to go from there through the internet and then back to our computer again. So everyone's hearing this like on a 20-second delay. So what you heard was like what they hear. So Mark's dad would like to know how long have I had it for. It was 1 week ago today that I started showing symptoms.
Yay.
So yeah, last Friday was when I first started showing symptoms. Emily's glad that I'm laughing. Well, you wave at the camera, not the computer. Everyone, this is my beautiful wife, Christina, if you've never met her before. She's the smarter, better-looking half that you don't get to see too often.
Yeah, I'm going back.
Frank says, sorry to hear about your wife. Thanks, Frank. And the second Frank says, yes, you're my co-host. Chris, have you watched The Tiger King? And do you think Carol Baskins killed her husband? What does your wife think of it?
Oh.
I haven't watched it.
The Tiger King.
My wife has watched The Tiger King. Did Carol do it? Did Carol kill her husband?
Yes.
My wife believes that Carol Baskins killed her husband. I don't know because I have not watched it, and frankly, really have no desire to see it. All right, back to this. Do you think that this has had any sort of psychological effects similar to what solitary confinement does to an inmate? No, not quite. I'm tired of this, but it's not like I don't get to look out the window.
From the neck down. Oh, I guess I better bend down.
My wife apparently wasn't framed to the picture. So I have it leveled from my head. See. This is Chrissy, everybody.
Hi.
Isn't she cute?
I'm done.
No, I don't really feel solitary. Yeah, I think we're lonely. We're tired of just seeing the inside of our house. But you don't need to yell at the doll while the mic's.
Didn't you miss this? Me coming down.
I enjoyed your video yesterday. I'm easily distracted, but I watched the entire 30 minutes. Hope you're getting better. I apologize if there's really nothing better to do than to watch me for 30 minutes. I'm sorry. Rich and Sharon Drinkwater ask, how is Christy feeling? I think you probably get a good idea of that.
I'm feeling better. It's just hard to cook with the kids.
So, yeah, she has the same difficulty I do. It's really hard to be a parent and kind of take care of this at the same time. That is a little frustrating. Are the kids now caring for both of you? Erica has been getting better at making food.
Yeah, we're kind of just trying to make it like nothing's going on because we don't really want to scare them.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep it.
Making it like it's no big deal.
Yeah, we're just trying to be normal for them, and be honest, we are. I think being as normal as we are.
Yeah, we're just trying to be where we're not. The only thing that's different is now we can't cook and Erica has to cook our food.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're left to hot dogs.
Food prep is terrible. And as you know, like DoorDash and eating out and stuff is fine once in a while, but I mean, you can't afford to eat out for every meal, especially to have it delivered. So that part kind of stinks. I
You
did.
don't realize how much you touch something
Yeah.
until you can't touch it anymore.
I did get Erica to make me a sandwich today, and it was a good sandwich.
Was it?
It was a good
You
sandwich.
put a lot of mayonnaise on that. That was disgusting.
That's why it was good. What was your symptoms specifically? Okay, well, if you haven't seen previous videos, mostly aches and pains, sore throat, hoarseness, and a lot of dry cough were my primary symptoms. Dad would like to know your opinion of China right now, and we hope that you two get better soon.
Who's that?
That is Mark Liddick asking, so that would be my cousin's husband, Max. I don't know if you're asking for like a geopolitical opinion. I don't think we're going to get an honest, non-political answer out of that. I'm trying not to get into all the conspiracy theories. Whether this came about being natural reasons, whether it was a bioweapon or a sloppy lab accident, I don't know. I think China as a whole doesn't always display a lot of honesty in admitting anything. I don't really want to get into any conspiracy angles on it, but since you both have it, can the cat and dog get it? My understanding is that cats can get it. I heard a tiger at the Bronx Zoo got it. My understanding is that dogs cannot get it. But cats can.
I'm just concerned about the kids.
Our cats are not the least bit affectionate, so I'm not really too worried about them picking it up.
Chloe sits with me.
Yeah. Well, the one cat tends to sit with Chris, but it's not like we're snuggling. The dogs definitely tend to be more snugglers, but my understanding is that the dogs cannot get it. Excuse me. That really is the end of my prepared monologue. Not that any of this is scripted. That's the end of the questions.
I think there's more questions on here.
Oh, I'm reading them. I can see them too. Kelly Hoke says hi.
Oh, I said hi back. So, I'm not coming around again.
So, and this is the only mic that anybody can hear. So.
Oh, they can't hear me?
Well, they can hear you. It's just if you're trying to talk into the phone. No,
I'm not. That'd be done.
So, do you still have...
What?
Nick wants to know if we have just one Dr. Levine cutout outside now or two. I told him that's how we used to deter people away from our properties, to have a big cutout of Dr. Levine outside. And he wants to know if we have two of them now. No, Nick, we still just have one. Because we figure that should scare anyone away. I was not a political.
That was kind of.
So. I'm just seeing if there's any questions. I'm not really seeing. It looks like I've read all the questions. We have a lot of people watching.
The kids are still here with us. The kids are still here.
Yeah, that's an old question. We already covered that one already. Vicky asked that one.
Oh, shut up.
That's on my printed questions. Kids are still here. Right? No, that was Pam that asked that. Kids are here. Pam, if you'd like to take them, you're more than welcome to come get them. For a few days. But I don't think you want them in your house.
They are on quarantine.
Because the kids could be carrying, even if they're not sick, they could be carrying. So we gotta leave them in quarantine.
We can get out
I thought I had it. I was expecting body aches and feeling fatigue, major sore throat. They tested me for strep and it was positive. That's good. Sarah, my cousin Sarah down in South Carolina, was praying for us. We appreciate that, Sarah. We miss you guys. We're really hoping we'd get to come down and see my niece maybe graduate, and that ain't going to happen. So, we always like seeing everybody down in South Carolina. Harry says, adjust your camera. You're way off to the right. No, I guess I can think the left because I can see my. Someone asked, is the S10 downstairs? No, the S10's in the garage. What is my favorite jam on your jukebox? That's a tough one. There's a lot on here. I tend to be more, a Billy Joel guy myself, as most of you know, but there's a lot of good stuff on here. So, anyway. Chris says he's looking for an alternator for a 91 S1043. I don't have one, unless 2.5 uses the same one.
They don't want to come get it.
So, not seeing any new questions. See some Demetrius asking if I got it and didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yes, Demetrius, I do have the Corona. Nick says that my comment about Dr. Levine was not political.
Well, see, that's why I'm here now, so now I can say.
So, there's people watching from all over the place, aren't there?
I'm glad I'm back here.
I think the lighting in here is really good tonight compared to what I have in the office. So. And tonight you guys are probably seeing a little more of the pets than normal because I know both cats have made cameos. I think Coney has too. I think the little dog's the only one that hasn't made it onto the camera.
She's sleeping on the bed. What was that?
Well, somebody was sending me a message. So I think that is all I have for this evening. I don't know if I really have any other information.
Somebody wants to know if our dogs and cats get along.
Do our cats and dogs get along?
Yes.
Yeah, they do for the most part. The little dog, the little Chihuahua, is kind of the ring master. She's kind of the boss. But the darker cat kind of keeps her in check. The big dog, the bigger dog, is kind of he loves everybody. And then the fluffy little cat, she likes everybody, but she's not real outgoing. But yeah, as the most part, they all do get along. So, with that being said, I think that's all I have to say for tonight. Like I said, I'm not going to keep this video going real long tonight. So, but
they want to know: are we sleeping together in the same bed?
I didn't see that one.
That one, I think somebody asked that before.
I don't think we have decided exactly.
I don't want to take that risk yet.
We're probably going to keep the status quo just for another night or two because I think until we're both feeling a certain degree better, I think we're more comfortable just leaving it the way it was. So. But that's about it for tonight, everybody. Have a good night. I'm tired. I really don't feel like talking super duper long. So, good night.
That was funny. I'm done. I'm going upstairs. I'm not going to watch.